In this video, I want to run a simulation on this Z frame, and I'll be making a comparison using two popular materials. One is the AISI 1020 and the other is the 6063 T5. The 6063 T5 is a popular medium strength aluminum alloy that comprises of aluminum, magnesium and silicon, and it is known for its excellent corrosion resistance, its high quality surface finish and exceptional extrudability. While the AISI 1020 is a common low-cost, low-carbon steel which contains approximately 0.18 to 0.23% carbon, and it offers excellent weldability, good machinability and moderate strength. It is highly versatile, frequently used for different structural parts. So we're going to run the test using each of this material and see the outcome and make a comparison from there. Let's go. So we'll start by activating the simulation tool. So you can select this drop down menu from here, adding, select SolidWorks simulation, startup, check it and OK. So then we'll go to under simulation tab, run new study, static, activate static and click on OK. So it automatically loads the joints highlighted in purple. As you can see, since the weldment, to select all the joints of the weldments. Then next we declare the fixed geometry. We go to fixtures, let's click, select fixed geometry, and then we select the joints that are at the bottom parts, because those are the parts that will be in contact with the floor. So we're going to select all 6 of them, and when we're done with that, we just click on OK. We declare the fixed geometry, so the parts that are not supposed to move. Next, we apply load, gravity 9.81 meters per second square, check the direction and click OK. And next, we're going to apply loads, starting with force on the first layer, and I will change that to beam, and then select all 4 beams of the top layer and select the direction to apply the force. So I'm going to select one of the faces of the 4 beams, one of the faces of each of the 4 beams, and as a direction. And for the top beam, I'm going to apply a force of 300 newtons, and it's about 30 kilograms. So once I'm okay with my inputs, I click on OK. Alright, so you repeat the same step for the second layer. This time around, we're going to use a force of 600 newtons. A force of 600 newtons. Beam, select all 4 faces and select that face as a direction. Then apply the force normal to and repeat 600 newtons. Click OK. Next, create mesh, right click, create mesh. It automatically loads up and adds the mesh. Then we check that the material is correctly applied. Apply materials to bodies. So we're using AISI 1020 for the first simulation. So check that, apply, check that, apply, and close. So we can now go ahead and run simulation, either under simulation tab, run, or go to simulation, run this study, the drop down arrow, then click on run this study. So you just wait for it to declare the results and we'll go from there. So results are in. So SolidWorks actually applies an automatic scale to your results. So we're going to change that. So right click, then right click, chart options, then check on show minimum and maximum annotations. Okay, and do the same for displacement. Edit definition. So we're going to make the scale the actual scale, not automatic. Automatically it exaggerates the output. So we're going to use the true scale. So it gives us the actual outcome of the simulation. So we click OK. So double click and animate to see how it works. So this is the heat map. The areas in red are the areas that will experience maximum stress, which will be obviously at the joints, at the bottom joints. So you can always save the animation as a video file. Then you repeat the same for displacements. You can see the minimum and the maximum values of stress. Then we go to chart options again for under displacement. Double click on displacement to open the result for displacement. Then you check show minimum and maximum. Right click again, edit definition, and we'll choose the true scale, not automatic. They can give us the actual displacement. Then click on OK. Then right click. After activating it, double click, yes. Then right click and animate. So the heat map for displacement can only save as video. So as you can see. So now let's get the factor of safety. Define factor of safety, right click on result, factor of safety, next, all, next, and click on OK. So it gave us a factor of safety of 9.6. This means under this applied load, this structure can withstand up to approximately 10 times that amount. So we're in a very, very safe region. So this Z frame is actually very rigid. So we'll do the same for aluminum alloy. That's the 6063 T5 alloy. And we compare our results. So we just repeat the same steps using our material as 6063 T5 alloy. And from our result, we can see a factor of safety of 4.2, less than that of the previous material, but still 4 times as capable of withstanding the applied load. So the results are okay.